You want to add 150 plus horsepower to your 5.7 Hemi Ram. This is how you can be able to do so. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Happy Sunday. It's the end of the week. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, day, and we're going to be talking about how can you get one of these trucks to be able to add 150 plus horsepower. Now, I know that may not be much for some people, and that may be a lot, but it's not really that complicated. It's not anything that's hard for you to be able to do. It just requires a few mods that you have to do to be able to get to make this truck, to be able to make, or your Ram, to be able to make 150 plus horsepower. It's not like you trying to achieve 700 horsepower. Doesn't really require much, as you guys think. But with that being said, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. If you guys are here for your first time on the channel, guys, do me a huge favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, help support the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. If you're a fan of Mopar, or if you're a fan of the 5.7 Hemi Ram in general, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Now, there's plenty of ways, right, that you could go about doing this. I know there's a lot of things, mods, modification, guys. One thing I want you guys to understand is that the 5.7 Hemi Ram engine is like, there's so much mods that you could do. It's like endless modification that you can do to your 5.7 Hemi engine, that it doesn't really require, like, you don't have to, there's no right way of doing things. Don't let that go over your head. As far as like if you want to do certain mods to get there, you could do certain mods like the ones I'm about to tell you guys. You can either choose to do these, or you can not choose to do these, or you can go your route that you know to be able to get 150 plus horsepower. It's not like, this is not that much power, but it is definitely you coming from having like a stock 5.7 Hemi Ram, and you adding 150 plus horsepower to a stock truck that came from stock, getting that much power is definitely 100% noticeable. I tell you that. I know the fast guys out there, this and that, 150 is not crazy speed, crazy amount of horsepower to gain, but trust me, it's definitely noticeable and stuff like that. So what can you really do to be able to get to 150 plus horsepower? What is really necessary to be able to achieve that? So first thing first, I'm going to tell you guys, right, to add 150 horsepower to a Ram 1500 5.7 Hemi Ram, you will need a significant, I can't get my effing words out. You will need a significant upgrade, like pretty much like a supercharger, or you can go a turbo route. Me, honestly, I don't have any hate or anything against a turbo, but I personally will want to just go with a supercharger. But combining with, obviously you ain't just going to do a turbo or supercharger. Just, you're going to add some other stuff and stuff like other mods and stuff to be able to help support that. But I think that just by you adding a supercharger alone, that's going to really like change, like you're going to make way more over 150 plus horsepower. I'm telling you guys, that's if you have the funds to buy yourself a supercharger or a turbocharger. Now, those two things, turbo, are cheaper. Supercharger costs way more money. And the thing is, you don't have to get neither one of these to be able to get make 150 plus horsepower with a Ram 1500. You really don't. But you adding that to it is like the icing on the cake, to where it's going to make over 150 plus. Definitely going to make over 150 plus. So what are some of the mods that you can combine with, let's say if you want to go the route of adding a supercharger, supporting mods and stuff, right? First thing, I would say you're going to need a custom tune. You're going to need headers, intake, exhaust. As smaller bolt tone only offer little gains and stuff like that. A camshaft swap can get you close to 70 horsepower depending. making the really like I'll say like 70 horsepower around there, like camshaft, like because you like pretty much halfway there with like the 70 plus horsepower. Now, in all honesty, I think that with just a custom tune, headers, intake, exhaust, camshaft, and then like the pretty much, I think that you definitely could get to 150 plus horsepower. You don't even really technically need a supercharger unless you really want to, or a turbocharger. Now, those things gonna definitely add a ton of power to your car, your truck at the end of the day. So really like the key modification, right, for like big gains, like if you want to get 100 plus horsepower, number one, force induction, supercharger or a turbocharger. The most effective way to achieve 150 plus horsepower. A supercharger adds significant power by forcing more air into the engine and stuff like that. So if you guys don't know. Number two, gonna be a camshaft upgrade. Now this is one of my favorite also. Camshaft, a performance camshaft can add around 70 horsepower on its own, pretty much. Improving lift, duration for better power for your ram and stuff like that. Just the camshaft alone, guys, think about it. 150, I'm gonna have to turn this into math class real quick. So 150 minus 70. So you need 80 more horsepower to get to 150. It's not really that far away, guys. It ain't that complicated. Don't make it think that. Don't let your head think that's complicated. So supporting mods for overall performance, right, that can be able to help with these things. It's going to be a performance tuner programmer, adjusting your ECU settings for optimal power, essential with, mods and stuff like that, exhaust headers, all these things and stuff like that. Like these things work best with you getting a performance tuner and stuff like that. Core air intake is another thing. Improve your airflow, throttle response, adding some horsepower. Nothing crazy, but this is like probably roughly around 10, 15 horsepower gain. Get you closer to that 150. Long tube headers, custom exhaust, better exhaust flow, free up power. Headers are crucial for fixing common manifold bolts issue and adding about 20 to 25 horsepower and stuff like that. So think about it right now. You dang near at like 45, 50 with just these things alone that I just named. And then last but not least, your intake manifold swap, which I always preach a lot and talk about, is upgrading to a 6.4 truck intake manifold can boost your performance. I don't know of, I'll be honest with you guys, I do not know of anybody that has any kind of fast Ram that would recommend for you to keep your stock 5.7 Hemi intake manifold. If they are, they trying to stop you from achieving more power on your Ram. If they're telling you to, like, that's definitely not gonna. Your stock 5.7 Hemi manifold is not gonna help you get to like you trying to achieve more power. I'm telling you guys, if you're gonna be adding all these things, you definitely don't want to keep your 5.7 Hemi intake manifold and stuff like that on there. It's one of the worst ways to not be able to let your truck achieve that higher power that you want your truck to make and stuff like that. So guys got to keep in mind the realistic for, like, to be honest though, where I would say it to be more realistic is to start with headers, intake, exhaust, and a tune to wake up the engine pretty much. That would be like my top first 4 things I would say. For the jump to 150 horsepower now, a supercharger or a turbo is required. Like I stated, I don't think is really necessary. I think that, honestly, this is what I think, right? With just what I named, minus the supercharger and the turbo and stuff like that, you could be able to achieve 150 plus horsepower, depending on the custom tune you get, and the tuner and all that stuff. You could be able to achieve that. I most definitely think you could be able to achieve it. Now, honestly, often like you combining a supercharger or you going a route with a turbo, pretty much, I would say just the supercharger alone. Like you guys got to think a supercharger is a very, very expensive parts. part, but it's like it adds so much power to your truck. With just that alone, like you could really be able to, I think adding a supercharger to a truck at the end of the day give you like probably like 150 plus horsepower. Like it's not like, it's something that's why I think with you adding a supercharger with all of these mods that I named, yes, it's way better because you're going to make over 150 plus horsepower. You're not just going to hit the 150 mark. You're definitely going to make over 150 plus horsepower, guys. I'm telling you guys, definitely is something I would highly recommend if you want to like get to like 150 plus horsepower with a Ram in today's world. This is like one of the ways I would say. I wouldn't say this is like the best way, but this is like one of the ways that you could easily be able to achieve that. Like it doesn't really require much, guys. I'm telling you, we're not talking about making 1,000 to the wheels, or we're not talking about you making more than over 150 plus. It's very, very easy to do so with these trucks, guys. It's not rocket science at the end of the day. What's really important though is you choosing the right mods when it comes to any vehicle at the end of the day. I think that with the right mods, anything is possible, especially if you want to make more power. You have the right mods, you can definitely be able to do so. But keep that in mind, guys. This is just me giving you guys my own honest opinion, and hopefully this could be able to help you guys out if you are planning on doing so. Make sure if you are still watching, I definitely appreciate the like, support. Make sure you hit that like. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe. Help support the channel, guys. I would definitely appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.